In the Outcast song Spodioti Dopolis, Andre 3000 began by saying, damn, 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 damn. And that's where we're at right now. The Indiana Fever just announced that Caitlin Clark will be missing the game against the LA Sparks due to a left groin injury. Groin injuries are terrifying. They have caused people like LeBron James to miss, big sections of seasons in the past, couple years or so. I don't know exactly, though, if this one is to be believed at face value. They did not announce any additional games or anything like that. They just said she was out due to, groin injury. I don't know what the length of that is supposed to be. Now, looking at the schedule, this is the first night of a back-to-back. I think this is a scheduling injury. Talk about the concept of doing back-to-back games in the WNBA. That's kind of weird itself. This feels like a league that shouldn't even have back-to-backs because it's not like they're trying to fit 82 games into a schedule. They've got 44 games, albeit in a compressed amount of time, but looking at what we know about athletes, what we know about women athletes with the ACL stuff and, just general wear and tear, Caitlin coming back from missing, time due to that quad injury, this feels like a scheduling injury, in my opinion. This feels like load management more than, hey, there's an actual thing I think people need to worry about, or some kind of long-term injury announcement like, hey, she's going to be out for, 3 weeks or something like that. If it turns out to be, something else, I'll come back and make another video and we'll talk about it. But I would advise not going crazy yet. So as you can see, the Indiana Fever announced out for tonight's game. Caitlin Clark out left groin. So I think this is going to be the most talked about left groin probably in the history of the WNBA. I would imagine that the questions that Stephanie White and, subsequently perhaps Caitlin Clark will get today in the pregame will tell us a lot about whether she is going to be out additional time or if she's going to be ready for the Dallas game, which is on Friday, which is quite a big game narratively. First time Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers meet as pros. Of course, people like Dejanay Carrington that I think Caitlin has to get some revenge on. So if she goes into that game and she's able to play, she will have not be coming off a back-to-back, which is pretty good for her. And this road trip, which seemed like, I thought maybe like a 4-2 road trip, it was good they got a win over Seattle. If this came from, one of those games, whether it be the Valkyries, whether it be the Aces, whether it be the Seattle game, it would partially explain some of her play that's gone on the last 3 games. But in the age of load management, my alarms are going off feeling like, hey, we just did 3 games pretty much over the weekend. There's a back-to-back coming. If you're going to sit any game, it will probably be this one. It sucks, though, man. And I think that those Michael Jordan parallels that a lot of people get so upset about sometimes, and then other people understand that, that second year, there was an injury bug for Mike, and Caitlin seems to have picked that up a little bit. Again, we do not know if this is a long-term injury. This is just one game that's being missed. And, I'd imagine that the fans in LA are not happy about this, and the fans in Dallas and, the WNBA world at large waiting to see Paige versus Caitlin are not pleased with this. But whether it's a load management thing, whether it's an actual nagging injury that needs to heal, I say pull Caitlin, until she's good to go. No reason to rush her back. Just try to sneak into playoffs and then let her keep going from there, because this season already has a lot of turmoil. Just think about everything that the Fever have gone through back from the controversy of opening night, which turned out to be like completely fake. You think about the DeWanna Bonner issue wrapping up now. Caitlin missing the couple weeks with the quad injury, the Ari McDonald essentially tryout that led to her returning back to the roster. Stephanie White and all the questions around, her offense and, is she the correct coach for this team? If nothing else, the Indiana Fever have given us a lot to talk about and a lot to consider they're still the golden team, of all this. People can have better records, but it doesn't hit the same way as Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. If Caitlin Clark needs a groin, I'm sure there are plenty of volunteers that will, sacrifice theirs to give them to her. And I hope she's all good. I hope she's not hurt long term. And the Fever are gonna have to lean on Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. So score them points. Let's get it popping. This is one game against the Sparks. Maybe it's winnable. Sparks aren't great, but they have some good players. I think that this is definitely a winnable game, and I would look forward to seeing Caitlin in the lineup tomorrow. If she didn't, I'd be really surprised. So, and we just launched our membership tab. We got that updated for you guys. Go ahead and show love to me. Make sure you join the membership screen as well. My name is Rich. I'm up out of here. Peace. One lifetime.